Hey guys, it's Carol, and thank you for stopping by for my stitching update. It is New Year's Eve 2024, so by the time you get this, it'll be 2025, so Happy New Year. I ended up stitching so much in December that I gave myself a small injury. The middle finger on my left hand is usually where I catch and grab the needle from. And trying to finish up stockings, I actually ended up with it hurt for like a solid 2 days. We'll get there. The last few months have been filled with me doing videos basically saying, I don't know how this Christmas stocking project's gonna work out. And guess what, y'all? 9:15 p.m. December 24th, I got 3 stockings on my mantle. They're not hanging here right now because I'm about to show them to you, but I did make it. So I guess I'll just tell you up front, 3 finishes in 2 days. It was amazing. When I say 2 days, I got 2 of the stockings completely done stitching on the 23rd. The last one got done on the 24th, and I assembled them after Christmas Eve dinner, all 3 of them, and had them hung up for Christmas Day. Talk about taking it down to the wire. Not what I recommend, not what I'd say do, so don't follow me. If you're gonna do something like this, give yourself one more time. I blew every single deadline I set for myself, and I kind of knew that's how I was gonna end up, but that's okay. So first up, I'm gonna show you this Dimension Stockings Snow Bears. Here's where it was last time. And this is the completed stocking. Yes, I did get permission from each of my kids to share their names, so I figure I'll just say that up front. But yes, this one is the one that actually took the longest because I forgot how much stitching is involved, and it is, for this, it's half stitch 4/1. My hand hated me because I just, takes forever, gets very thick, it hurts. Like, the first bit isn't so bad, but the end you're like, not loving this. Anyway, isn't this just the absolute cutest thing? The only thing I deviated is for the pattern for this name, it calls for all of the stitch parts to be 2 strands, but the back stitching was supposed to be done in only 1 strand. I did not like how it looked, so I went ahead and just did 2 strands for the back stitching as well. I like how it came out, so it's perfect. The back of these, I just did a red velvet scuba fabric that I found at Joann's. I did not, it was Christmas Eve. I was not going to put together all the information on how to finish a stocking, but I have 2 more stockings to do for next year. So I will actually do a video showing how, at some point, how I put this together. If you have a sewing machine and about an hour of your time, you too can make this stocking. Including the loop, which is made from the lining fabric that I have here on the inside. So all the obviously there's the kit. All the rest of this just came from Joann Fabrics. I mean, it really was, seriously, if you can run a sewing machine, you can make a stocking all the way to this level. A beautiful completion. But anyway, I mean, there's not more to say about this one. Had been kind of at that soft finish. I had done everything up to here. Hindsight, I should have started filling in at least some of these bottom rows of the half stitch at the top. I didn't really think about it, and I did not get the kids to, I really needed to have everybody at a state of reasonable completeness. I could have asked like months ago, but that wouldn't have been fair. I needed them to actually be able to pick. So by the time they were picking names, it was like December 21st. Yeah. It didn't, seriously, ran this down to the deadline, but that's okay. So this is Snow Bears. This is the first stocking that's completed. The next completed stocking is Reindeer and Hedgehog. Here's where it was last time. And this is the completed project. I did not, because I apparently don't read instructions until the very end, I did not realize that this here and this is cording that I was making. It was a lot of fun. I thought it was going to be harder to apply. So it's, I think I can't remember if it was 3 or 4 strands twisted and then doubled over on itself, and then you use 1 strand to tack it down. I think that the cording was like the most fun part of this project, just because I had no idea how it was going to come out. It's So cute. Yeah, now, the other thing I did, I probably should straighten that up a little bit. The font that came with this kit for the alphabet, didn't like it. I thought it was ugly. So I went ahead and used the alphabet that came with snow bears for every single one of these stockings. And I did it, though, in accordance with how it was called, with the colors that it called for in this pattern, just different font. That's what I changed. But the colors, the number of strands were as called for in this. I think it came out great. Again, same. It's literally, I just bought a yard of fabric to finish all three of these. It was a yard of fabric and a yard of lining fabric. So, like I said, it basically is identical as I could make them beyond the stitched fronts. So cute. Yeah, I mean, there's really not a lot to say. It's a stocking. It's done. I guess last time I didn't even have all of this done. The bird didn't exist. It was really cute. Like, these were so fun. And I don't know. I was worried I'd bitten off too much, but you know, when I actually apparently dedicate myself to a project, it does get done. So yeah. The only thing is, this one had the most edge of the if this was the fabric, I did not go through and like thread stitch the edges, so took a little bit off extra through here and here compared to what I should have. It's not like a huge difference. It's only when you lay them all on top of each other, you're like, oh, it's not quite the same. Oops. Again, that was me thought I could do it, but like I said, the difference, we're not talking about a lot. We're talking about maybe 1/8 of an inch, but it's there and I know it. But it turned out great. So, yes, this was stocking number 2. Moving on, stocking number 3 is the Dimensions Woodland Stack stocking. Here's where I was last time. And this is the completed stocking. Much as I said with Reindeer and Hedgehog, I changed the alphabet, but this one came together pretty fast. It helped that I was already pretty significantly into this polar bear, so a lot of the rest of this is a lot of back stitching. So they're backstitched snowflakes everywhere, and I do not know how well they are registering in this view, so I'm gonna actually, I think, try to get a couple detail shots. The Christmas trees here are backstitched, which I didn't realize just looking at the pattern photo. I don't know why. I mean, once I knew what I was looking for, it was there, it was obvious. A bunch of French knots, because why not? And here was Lazy Daisy stitches, which I had never done before. I liked them better down here where the little leaves on this tree and why has the polar bear got a tree on them? I don't know. It's really cute. Just don't think too much about it. With the one strand though, the Lazy Daisies came out really like perfect. These were 2 strands. Felt like it got a little like, I might have been happier if I were like trying to do it. Wouldn't have been able to do it in a pull cotton. It's like I almost needed like to do the Lazy Daisy and like the more strands and then catch it at the end with just a single strand. I don't know. Came out great. So I am super happy. I do have actually to open this one up and fix something. I have the lining inside backwards, which I was not going to fix when I figured it out at 9:20 p.m. on Christmas Eve. But yeah, this is, like I said, it came out super cute. I love it. I love this pattern. The only thing is I do wish is that the light blue just doesn't show the white of the snowflakes. In person, it looks great, particularly as you like turn it. But again, from this angle, I don't know how well you can see it, but I did get it done. So that's exciting. With getting the stockings done, I have finally earned myself the ability for a new start. I had said that I don't do new starts if I don't have project bags to put everything in. And I had kitted this one up and shown it to you before. This is Modern Folk Embroidery's No Time Like the Present. This is the 2024 Stitch Along, and I kitted it up back in the spring and then literally never started it because I didn't want to be like, I didn't have bags for it. That was the real problem. So like this fabric has been folded up in a drawer and the DMC just sitting around. But yesterday, I was like, I have the time and I have the ability. So I went ahead and gave it a teeny tiny start, which is this. Yeah, that by pattern. This is the start. It's not a lot, as you can see. It's pretty much both colors are represented. You're gonna say both colors? It looks like the same color. It's DMC 844, which I'm using for the darker shade, and DMC 645 for the lighter shade. It's not hugely lighter. Like if you put the DMCs next to each other, you're like, I see the difference. So what I was really looking for, and this is on a 36 count creme brulee, and I'm doing it 1/2. I was trying to go for the color here is a very, very aged paper, and I wanted to have that look of faded ink. So the pattern is about time, obviously. I mean, no time like the present, and I've seen it in some very like bright renditions, but in this case, I really wanted to go for a more, I don't want to say timeless because I'm going with a fading look. Like this no time like the present, but that present is now in the past, or maybe it's that present in the future and it just can't be seen because it's blurry and you don't have those, I don't know. It can be all sorts of things. Like read into it what you want. I just happen to really like, honestly, inky tones. I like how they kind of fade a little brown. And so I felt drawn to doing it on, like I said, this almost aged paper feeling. So that's the vision. I do intend to get this one done over the next year because it is not as big as the other monthly stitch-alongs that Modern Folk Embroidery has put out. So this is basically my head start on January. And it's 10 parts, supposed to be done by October. So of course I've now cursed myself by saying this, which means it won't get done next year, but whatever. We're gonna pretend it is. But I am really excited about it, and it also actually makes me excited to try to finish Fruit of Plenty, which you're not gonna see this time, but I do wanna I love these samplers. I love the intricacy of them, and I do want to have them done because they're beautiful. So, yeah. But like I said, new start. I love a new start. It's always good, particularly when you have free finishes. Next up is what I was using as a little bit of my refresher piece when I was in a rotation not dealing with stockings. So I would do work on the stockings for a little bit, then I would do something else. And that something else in this case was Custom Crafts Autumn Chapel. And here's what it was last time. So this is what I did. It's not a lot. This is when I still had time to kind of go back and forth between the two stockings and this. And so I got this filled in, dropped this down, it's coming along nicely. And if I rotate this, I finally got rid of all the hanging, yeah, it's upside. Okay, but I got rid of all these park threads. So they're actually not hugely different. There's still more done here than here, but I'm like, okay, at least the stuff that was over here that I could see, I've now kind of seen it, even if it feels like it's kind of ghosting its way in here at the edges. That's fine. It was when I still had time. This was back beginning of December. I haven't touched it in weeks because once I realized just about December 8th or 9th, somewhere right around then, I was like, I do not have time to do anything that is not stocking related. So for 2 solid weeks I did nothing but stitch on stocking. So this got put aside, hasn't been picked back up, but I am just, I love the colors on this. They're beautiful. I'm kind of enjoying the full coverage. So I'll come back to it. Maybe not. I don't know. But like I said, I did get a little bit done, so it feels there's progress, and in the end, that's part of what makes me happy with it. Now I might have given myself an overuse injury with the specifically it was the 4/1 half stitch on Snow Bears, but on Christmas Day I did want to do some stitching, and so I pulled out Mirabilia Designs Royal Holiday. Here's where it was last time. And this is where I am. So it's not a lot. I can't say that I've sat here and done miles of whisper. Haven't even touched the whisper, but this, I at least got all the crayon again. So it looks like, I don't know what this is supposed to be, like a pom-pom on the edge of a hood. I think I put in more of the, it's actually 928 is being used as that lightest color gray. So it was more of the work through here. Then I started working in this ribbon, and I was trying to fill in some of the spots down here where they were missing, because honestly, I wanted to work on the reds. All the reds, that's what I was really feeling. I mean, it was Christmas Day. The golds are pretty, don't get me wrong, but I really wanted to work on the red. Didn't get as far as I wanted, but given that it was a day of stitching and my hand felt not great, it's something. Anything is enough, really. So yeah, this I think is going to be one of my focus pieces for next year to get done. but I don't actually have plans. I will do plans next week when it's actually 2025, and I've really thought things out. Right now, I'm dealing with the bout of starteritis, so the idea of, oh, what do I want to finish is like, I'm not doing a good job with. But I do know which ones I'm going to work on, and this one is definitely calling to me. One of my 2024 focus pieces that I was hoping to get done this year, Mirabilia Designs Winter Queen, is not getting done. I mean, it's afternoon of December 31st. I feel pretty confident saying that I am not going to magic this one into completion. That's okay. Here's what it was last time. And this is my current progress. I mean, I didn't do a lot over here. Most of what I did, all of this blue is pretty much done. Just need to do the edging, but like this side is really, I was working on trying to complete a lot of this. Like, I am really thrilled with how much I was able to get done. I was stuck in the backseat of a car for 9 hours, and I lost some time due to light, but I basically stitched on this from Richmond, Virginia to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and like I said, this was a lot. I was impressed because I have never been particularly successful at stitching in a car before. Airplanes, yes, but cars, a little harder for me. I get motion sickness. It's the worst. But anyway, yeah, so this is like, this one is going to be done in the next month. Like, this is the focus piece. If I had managed my time better with the stockings, I would have gotten this one done by the end of this year. It's fine, no big deal. I mean, I did get Autumn Queen done only at the end of last January, so there is no complaints on my part about speed that I've been getting this done. And really, the other part is I need to do all these beads. I haven't done them. It's fine. We'll get there, but yeah, I'm just, like, from here, I am now down within 50 stitches of the bottom of this. So she goes to about, like, here? I guess this may be longer. I don't know. I mean, it's not, this is a very, very, if you can't tell, this is a huge cut of fabric. I am actually doing it on like 3/8 of a yard, just because that's how it worked out. It's kind of ridiculous, like when I stop and think about it, but whatever. Yeah, like, it's looking so good. Like, oh, I'm just wanted to emphasize this, but yeah, like, I am happy with how Winter Queen is coming along, and again, should be done shortly. Yeah, focus piece. Not a lot to say. And apparently, as part of I also took this one on the road trip, Mirabilia Designs The Stargazer. I was really feeling the fancy ladies after finishing the stockings. I don't know why. Like, ironically, they're not as huge of a difference as like stitching styles. This is not like I went from the stockings and said, I want to go full coverage, or I want to go to really simple samplers. I didn't do that. I was like, but I was just really, I think, felt drawn to these because I really put them aside for a while because I've been trying to do the stockings. But this one being a 28 count, I thought would be good on the return road trip. Didn't get nearly done what I did with Winter Queen. That's okay. Here's where she is last time. And this is where I got to. I realized one of the problems, I did not pack on the project card. I had not put the DMC that is needed for right here. It's like DMC 930, 931, 932. Didn't have any of them. So I could work in here or I could work in here. And I realized this was a little bit more of a mess. So I decided to fill this in. So I'm kind of working on this, bring the ribbons down, but also this ribbon is done. This ribbon is done. So at least I have stuff that is done. And because the colors were duplicating from here, that's why I was like, well, I'm going to do these ribbons. And then once you start filling them in, it just seemed natural to fill in between. So a little bit, not a lot, but just, I don't know. It was one of those, this one goes pretty fast. I've mentioned before, it's on a 28 count. It covers the same amount of space at the 28 count. It's less stitches compared to a lot of the other Mirabilia Fancy Ladies. That's fine. So I'm just, I don't know. I'm happy that more of it's getting done. I'm thinking next, like, before I come in and do it, I really want to do more of the beads. Wasn't going to do beading in a car because I'm not crazy. At least I don't think I am. So, like I said, it's just funny that I ended up doing so much on the Mirabilias because, I don't know, maybe I burnt myself out on a little bit with all that time in the car with these same projects. But now I'm like, oh, I want to touch other stuff. But That's okay. The best part about stitching is stitch what I want when I want, and things get done. So yeah, hopefully you'll see some more progress on her over the next year, but it's good. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm happy that I'd say I'm happy I'm not talking about stockings, but guess what? I got 2 more to do for next year. That's going to be in plans, which I'll do next week. But in the meantime, I hope that everybody's having a great holiday season, and I will see you with what is to me going to be the new year. But again, you're seeing this in 2025. Anyway, take care. Thanks for stopping by. Come back, and I'll see you next time. Bye.